It is sort of a rare sight to see an MMO really break out and get a huge player base these days. There's not a lot of big MMOs coming out onto the market, but one that actually managed to do just that is Black Desert Online, and we're catching up with Rick here to, well, first of all, for someone who's not familiar with Black Desert Online, how would you describe this MMO on the sort of the greater MMO scene?
That's a very tough question. I think we have a very unique game because it's an open world sandbox environment. So there's no instances. It's one seamless open world. And that allows players to play the game in their individual play style. So there's a lot to do in the game. There's trading, there's gathering, there's a lot of professions, there's PvE content, and we also have a very big PvP element in there that also happens in the same world. Besides that, there's a lot of guild-based content in there. We've got Castle Siege, and we have good big battles. We have battlegrounds. That makes it a very versatile game, and it can be enjoyed in many ways. And I think that's what makes it special. Of course, we have a beautiful character customization module. I don't know if you've seen the pictures online. People are recreating famous people with it.
Absolutely, and you released that before you actually released the game, so people could create their own characters and have fun with it.
Yeah, so we use that basically as a PR, marketing tool to get people interested into the game, so that they can, test out the character creation tool before we actually launched. So that helped us a lot in evangelizing the property.
It's interesting because this is a Korean MMO. It's been out there a couple of years, something like that. So you really had a extremely fast iteration from releasing the game in March to having had 2 expansions out already, and there's more planned for this year. You're really pushing a lot of content with this game.
Basically, we want to catch up with the Korean service so that our Western player base has the same content. I mean, we will always lag behind, but our target is to lag behind for 3 months. That's, I think, for the expansions that are coming up, is the time we need to localize. But yeah, in that case, whenever there's new announcements on the Korean service, then players can already have an expectancy on when it will arrive to Europe. So that's why we have been updating the game in this very rapid pace.
And the next thing that's coming in October, I believe, is the Class Awakenings, which really
coming earlier, actually.
Earlier. He made a mistake in the presentation then.
All right. So the current plan is, and I'm not making any very hard promises here because it depends a little bit on how fluent it will go. But the plan is that the awakening, the first awakening, which will be the warrior class, will be released on the 31st, alongside Valencia Part 2, which is a big content update again. And I think we will be rolling out these awakening classes bi-weekly. Again, we haven't really determined yet what the actual launch plan will be, but at least the first one will arrive on the 31st. And then before the end of the year, we will have the Margoria expansion, which is the naval expansion that features naval warfare, diving, treasure hunting, monster hunting. So that's also going to be really interesting content, which we hopefully can release before the end of the year.
Certainly, it's something that may strike people as odd as adding an ocean to an MMO, but there's really a lot of things to do there as well. It's not just a great big body of water.
No, it's and it's also 3-dimensional because you can actually dive, and there's fish to be seen. There's a lot of it's a really underwater world we built.
And I gotta say, it's beautiful underwater. It's really, really looks amazing with the fish and just how populated it is and the level of detail.
I think that also diversifies Black Desert from other MMOs. I mean, the world feels really lively, like you would have in like a console game like The Witcher. And I think that sets Black Desert apart from its rivals. And again, also with this ocean expansion, we want to enlarge the world. The world will be approximately double the size. And we want players to experience Black Desert in a whole new way, which is, at sea. And they can become pirates. And, the trade route system that also works in the original game can also become on the ocean. So you can actually establish trade routes between islands and make money with the in-game economy.
Very interesting. And this is also something that's not yet out in the Korean game, is it? Or has it been released there yet?
No, it's not been released there yet. But at the Gamescom build we have today, a little bit of that content is already visible, but it's still under development. So
You are catching up now.
we are catching up really, really fast. I think it will launch in Korea very soon. And then, after that we will shortly follow.
Sounds great. Looking forward to seeing it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much.